Well, over the years of the COVID pandemic, the references to George Orwell's 1984 novel seem to have spiked. Government authorities telling us what we can and can't do, where we can and can't go to stop the spread of a deadly virus. But there's a real big brother situation taking shape in Idaho's second largest city. It's no secret. Well, not much is secret these days. Cameras are everywhere, on our cars, on our doorbells, and in fact, in our pockets. You've seen them at our major intersections, these cameras all across the Treasure Valley. Traffic cams, we call them. But what if there are cameras at these intersections being used for something else? Joe Paris found out how they are being used in Meridian and how they're balancing liberty and safety.
Every day, thousands of cars, thousands of trucks roll down Idaho roads. Most are totally unremarkable in the sense that they drive on their way and you probably never think about them after they leave your vision. But sometimes, law enforcement, the news media, social media, they ask you to keep an eye out while you're in traffic. This is the intersection of Fairview and Eagle. It's actually the busiest intersection in the state of Idaho with thousands of cars coming through it on a daily basis. And if you're law enforcement looking for a car or a license plate number, it's like finding a needle in the haystack. So in Meridian, there's a new tool that police have for those very cases.
So far, they've been very successful for us.
That's Meridian Police Chief Tracy Bastrachea. He says there are now new cameras up around Meridian that can scan for license plates or types of cars.
With technology, people always get uncomfortable when
Sure,
it's a
absolutely.
new thing. What are these things capable of? What are they not capable of?
Well, really, we have to physically go and put in what we're looking for, right? Whether it's a license plate or the type of vehicle that we're trying to locate. We have to put that in. The system only holds that for 60 days, and then those license plates or those vehicles are deleted out of the system. Or if we locate it, then we can go in and we physically delete that out of the system as well.
Searches through the camera system are very specific. Meridian Police isn't out scanning and logging all plates at all times.
These don't necessarily run every plate. They look for the specific plate that we put in there or the specific type of vehicle. So if we said a red Dodge pickup between this hour and this hour may have been in there, then it'll pick that up for us and send us an alert. Say, hey, there was a red Dodge pickup that drove through this intersection during this time frame.
Idaho has an influx of newcomers from places like Colorado or California where they have similar cameras that scan for speeding or red light violations. There, a person can get a ticket if a camera catches their plate while in violation. For now, that isn't the Idaho way.
These are not red light cameras. They're not speeding cameras. We're not sending you a citation in the mail. That's not what they do, and that's not what we want them to do. What we want to do is save those for those important, serious crimes. You look at the case at University of Idaho, I'm sure that case would have moved along much quicker had they been able to have that license plate information or that vehicle information much earlier in the investigation, which certainly would have brought closure to the family much sooner.
Bastrachea has served Meridian since 1996 in various roles at the police department. He knows from his experience that individual liberties is something that is very important to the community there and across Idaho. The system and its use reflects that, he says.
We're not going and mining your information from your home, anything like that. Everything's coming from a public setting, from driving on our public roadways. We understand there is that delicate balance between liberties and between public safety, and we want to make sure that our officers understand that, and they understand, we talk about all the time, our job is really to protect people's constitutional rights. That's the whole idea behind American policing, and so we want to try to do that as well as we can.
So you probably have a few questions after watching that story. I'll tell you this, Meridian Police, they closely watch the system, which includes audits of who is accessing the system, what they are tracking, what information is there. And ideally, Meridian Police says that these cameras are for emergencies like Amber Alerts. And again, nothing is stored for more than 60 days. Brian, they also know that this is delicate. This is a very tricky thing to deal with. And of course, Idaho is a very liberty-minded state. You talked about Orwellian fears that we heard all the way through COVID. I'll say this as well, though. There are other agencies around the state of Idaho that are using this, and Chief Bastrachea said that they really connected with the team in Post Falls, Idaho, where they've had great success for about 15 years on the program.
Okay, so the idea of that, looking for traffic violations, those kind of things, these are for the big picture items.
Yeah, they're not trying to get you running a red light on Eagle Road. They're looking for important license plates or stuff like that.
All right, thank you very much, Joe.